Welcome to the Some Laugh podcast.
It could be like, oh, that was some laugh, or there was just some laughs.
Some laughs.
Well, no promising all laugh.
No, there's going to be some.
It's some laugh. Today,
Yes.
I am joined by Tamsyn Kelly
Yay.
and Alison Spittle.
Yay!
Join us, and both of you guys are recording a double special at Blackfriars
We
in
are.
Glasgow
Yeah.
on the 30th of October.
You're incredible at this.
Well, listen, I've been doing this for a while now,
Man
Alison.
knows
Tell
how
them to
promote
come.
a
It's
gig.
not my first rodeo, and you guys should come along.
Yeah.
Alison has come to Glasgow specifically
I have to do
for,
this
to tell the good people at Some Laugh about this upcoming event.
because the sales are so good.
They're so
I had
good
to do something
that we-
drastic.
We just thought, there's so few seats left. You guys don't want to miss out. So
exactly.
that's it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm recording my show Wet. That was I did like 3 fringes ago.
Great
and I'm
show.
finally getting it on video.
Beautiful.
So I'm properly excited about
I like that
that.
you call it video as well.
Video,
That's
I
great.
know.
I always call it video as well. I remember
Yeah.
seeing Wet. I saw Wet before I was like properly doing stand up. Isn't that
Really?
crazy?
That is
I saw it at
crazy.
MacFest.
Oh shit.
And we didn't really know each other then.
No, was that when
It was so good. That gig was so good. Like the show wasn't finished
No.
or whatever, but it was like it was such. I remember that gig really clearly.
Wow, 'cause-
Yeah, it was good atmosphere, and it was just like, this is so good. I went with Holly.
I
DeAngelis.
remember that was a mad one because so Wet is a bit about sexual assault in comedy. There's a story involved.
Thank God that's an evergreen topic that you can do years later.
I know. When the Riyadh Comedy Fest ain't popping off, it's like you've always got your sexual assault. But so I say the story about a guy who did something bad to me, and my friend who he did worse to was in the crowd, and I forgot that she was coming. So it was kind of like this. It was a special gig. I think that's like one of the most specialist gigs I ever did in my life, because I'd finally decided I was gonna like tell the truth without being libelous or to do it through stand up, and I made that decision to do that at MacFest, and then had a couple of months to tart it up and make it funny. So yeah, I was properly.
It's a
properly-
great show, and we're going to get her along to the live
Imagine-
recording as well to recreate the atmosphere.
We've both been through therapy.
We're going to get all of the people that feature in both of our
Yes.
shows to
Yeah.
be in the audience.
The intended audience. Well,
Might
I,
have to if we can't sell any tickets.
well, I did see your show during the Fringe, Tamsyn, which I thought was excellent.
That's really
It was
kind.
really great. And what was funny talking about people, well, obviously Stu was poking his head through the show every day because you
Yeah.
and him were on it kind of the same time almost. He's like,
Yeah, I should think about that for the special.
how you can do that.
Well, he won't be able to poke his head through, but maybe he will just be able to.
Can we do it for
He's
AI
here now.
or a hand?
Yeah, it was a similar cameo to what he makes on some
Picture.
of these episodes, but he says about 3 words.
Honestly, within the 5 seconds he poked his head through the curtain, really brought the tone of the show like quite, really sort of like changed the energy in the room by being like literally so dry, just poking his head through the curtain in my friend's show every day, going like, "Hey, you alright?" Like so dry.
That's great.
Come on, we're doing karaoke here.
There's me out there giving it air, and he's like, "Yeah, you're right for the dog, yeah." Like, genuinely, but it was great. And there'd be some days where he would like. He gets really annoyed at me because I start to like, because we were in the rooms next to each other. I just wanted to do pranks and stuff. Like I got halfway through the Fringe, I was like, it's time to do a prank on my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And there was one day where he missed, I heard him go on and I was like, damn, we've missed the cue for him to do his cameo in my room. And I was kind of like, he could have made, I basically came clean to the audience about it. And I was like, he could have made that.
Yeah.
I was like, he had 10 seconds, he could have made it. And I was like, right, do you know what? After like 5, can you guys go like mental? Or 3, 5's a random number to count from.
Yeah.
Can you guys go mental? And the audience went like crazy. And then he came out and he was like, wow, you had a good one today. And everyone in his room was like, your show was like crazy today. I was like, yeah, I know, it's so good. And then someone grasped me up and told him that I did it. And he was like, I had a reviewer in, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's fine.
I had someone shit their pants in my room with my first ever reviewer in. Look, stuff happens.
Shit
Yeah.
their actual pants.
Shit their actual pants.
And it wasn't someone else aside from you, like, because if you're the
Yeah.
performer, you're metaphorically shitting your pants when you see a
I
review.
was just that good. I just made him shit himself. No, he was. It's one of these stories where like it sounds funny, but then if you explain it with 1 or 2 more sentences, you're like, someone had a mental health problem.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Or a gastrointestinal.
They are very
Yeah.
connected, your brain and your gut.
That's what they say.
are.
That's what they.
It's your second brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your second brain.
So
Wow.
mentally, if you are unwell, shitting yourself's probably not a million miles away from where you're at.
That's amazing.
I go to therapy for my gut.
Yeah, do you?
At least you don't go for shit.
So it's just important to look after it. You know?
I just love people's guts. I'm not into,
I go to McDonald's for my brain and therapy for my gut.
But see, the time the day I came to see you at the Fringe, Tamsyn, there was this light because you were on in the afternoon, and there was a line of kind of older Scottish women in front of me, and they got talking to this older guy, I feel like Fife, who was there with his son and like his son's girlfriend or something.
They were lively.
But they were like in the queue. I'm going, they're going to be a nightmare.
Wow.
And I'm like, did they even know what they've came to? I don't know what this like. And I was like, oh my God. And then the first few minutes, they were sort of responding to a lot of stuff you were doing and all that. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is going to be what's going to happen here.
It's like the kindling of the fire, you know, like yeah.
But honestly, the quality of the show and the performance got to the point they just got totally on board, just loved it, and then it was great. And I was like, do you know what? That is a skill to get, because that could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
Absolutely wasn't, and they were loving it. But
That's the I love when you.
Are you proud of me?
So proud of you. Yeah.
It was good fun, but I remember being like, all right, shut up, that's enough now.
Yeah.
I'm doing the show.
You handled it very well.
But it was really fun.
Yeah, but they were, and especially because, you know, like, you just never know what they're going to be like, and then, but no, they were right into it, and I think because you're talking about your own mum and stuff, I felt like they were relating to it through, like, they're like, oh, that's like my daughter or whatever kind of thing, like, which is what you want when older people come, basically, innit? Like,
Yeah, and I tell you, I don't know if it's from like being up here now for a couple of years or whatever, but I had a lot of Scottish audience.
Aye. Well, whether or not it was a coincidence, but the fact that you're talking about moving to Glasgow.
Yeah, that
Probably
as well.
did
Probably is
help.
also, but and a lot of people would go to see Stu and then see me, or vice versa.
Well, the guy in front of me from Fife, because Stu obviously never made his cameo at the end when you put up a picture of you, him and the dog, he was like, oh, Stu McPherson. It's like, he didn't know. He didn't know it was Stu.
It was a huge reveal for that guy. Really good Easter egg at the end of the show for him.
When you were flyering, you'd flyer at the end of his show.
I did
and
some
I've helped you
nights.
flyer, and I was like,
Yeah.
You've heard the story, now see the woman.
Because his show's obviously all about me being a muppet, as you every hour. It's just now about
Do you
me
want to see
ruining his
someone
life.
use a laptop dangerously live?
Everyone was freaking out about my laptop situation on stage because I'd have my laptop on a tiny rickety little table with
Lord.
like 3 drinks next to it.
Oh,
just
Cam.
like, let's go. Yeah, but you know, that's how I roll. I only knocked the drink once as well.
That's good
Nice.
going, yeah, because I was certainly you had two different
Yeah, sometimes I have 3. I like to just have like a lot range of beverages. And do you know what? I never go to any of them.
Yeah.
You treat your laptop like a drinks trolley.
Yeah.
You're just beautiful.
I just like to feel like I'm having a nice time, and
Yeah.
an array of drinks and some danger will help me do that. You
Well,
know,
Definitely
Yeah.
came through.
yeah, yeah.
But no, it was good.
Thank
now,
you.
Alison, you've just met my sister,
I did.
who's a big fan of you.
No way.
Yeah, in
So
fact, I don't know if you remember this
cute.
because at Kilkenny, when we were in Kilkenny
Yeah.
together, I got you to take a selfie with me to send
Oh
to her.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I was standing outside of your house staring into your car for no. I just
Alright.
wanted to. Yeah.
Because I was in chatting, and I said, "Oh, my friend's coming from London," and she was like, "Alison Spittle," and I was like, "Okay, yeah,
Oh my
she
God.
knows, she knows."
But do you know what she was telling me though? Her and my dad were watching House of Games
Yes.
when you were on it,
Yes.
and she said, "Oh, Dad was like, she is so smart."
That's all I want.
Oh my God.
All I want is
This
to
is
be told I'm
amazing
smart.
moment.
Oh my God.
Did you do really well in House of Games?
I did. It was filmed in Glasgow.
Aye,
They filmed
aye,
in
cool.
Glasgow,
Yeah.
and it was against Clive Anderson.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I was so
Get out, you Clyde.
So Becca, I'll go talk through it. On the Monday, I scored more points than any of the rest combined. Like if they added any of it, it couldn't reach me, right?
It's an unassailable lead.
Unassailable lead.
I have not seen this. You doing my like, here's my rundown of because we never talk about it, but like this is awesome.
I know because
highest. So don't make it right. Highest on the Monday, highest score of
highest
anyone
scored.
Ever.
Well, I don't know anyone
No,
ever.
out of the other people that were on it combined,
Let's
Alison
just say
scored more than the rest.
that's
of them.
anyone ever to me.
Yeah.
The highest score ever. That's really good. Alison.
So like Clive Anderson, it was there was a few people there, and like Clive was, I think. So what happened then was like on the Tuesday, everyone got chatting and was like, "Oh, you're just gonna win it. Let's just give her the trophy. What are we doing?" And it psychologically got to me, and I lost on purpose on the Tuesday.
You
I didn't want to-
self-sabotaged.
I did because I didn't
So
want
Rory
to. Be,
McIlroy nearly thrown it away. at the golf.
yeah, and then I.
Wrong crowd.
I mean, I barely even get that reference, but you know,
Right crowd. For
I
the
know.
pod,
All
though.
I know is like people at Rory McIlroy's wife or something. That's all. Anyway.
I'm not really too sure on the details of
Yeah,
that. but there's
I
something
just
going
know
on.
he was shouting at the crowd.
Yes.
That because
Lovely.
Stu was telling me like this is amazing. He's like having a go at the crowd, and I was like, yeah, well, that you do need some excitement, I guess, in this
Until he
game of
does
golf.
an Eric Cantona and like drop kicks them in the face.
I think
we need
I
some-
think he won the Open of the Masters this year, which was a big deal because like when he was a young man,
Yeah.
he nearly won it.
Yeah.
Had a big lead and chucked it away. So, which was why it reminded me of
This
Yeah.
so this is what happened to me
Mm-hmm.
because then so Tuesday I lost. I honestly, this sounds terrible, but on a Tuesday I wouldn't buzz in, and I would wait until everyone hasn't buzzed in, and then I would buzz in and give the
It
answer.
really got to you.
It really got to me, and then
Although
on,
it might have seemed a bit like, you know, the old tortoise in the hair, a wee bit of hubris on your part. They're like, I'm just going to give these other guys a
I know it
chance. you know?
sounds terrible. This just makes me sound like an absolute prick. But there is a thing with like House of Games. If you win too much, people don't like it. Doesn't. But then when I did it and it came
Richard
out, it
Osman's a bit
doesn't-
frosty today.
yeah, but people are
Yeah, his job's in danger. Yeah.
people get so weird watching it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, they can watch out. Like, I just love the quiz. I love the concept of it. I love, like, is it Where's Afghanistan? Where you have like a map and then I love that shit.
I done that once. I was doing the politics, or the joe.co.uk
Yes.
quiz with one of the guys who's on Eggheads. And you have to, like, they've got a map and you have to pick where a country is.
Yes.
And we picked on the map the Black Sea.
Instead of a country.
Instead of
Oh,
country.
my
Because they
baba.
hadn't shaded it in to tell you that's not
That's
land.
rude. And it looks like
So
a
it's just
country.
what is it?
Yeah.
Just a blank piece of paper.
No, it's
and they're
just-
like, this is the world.
No, but it's like, no, but the countries, there's the outline of the countries, but
Oh, so
they
you
don't
couldn't
shade
tell
in
which
the-
was sea and which was land. I see.
Exactly.
And the Black Sea is like so big, it looks like a little country, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
but
Or a big country. Yeah.
I'm so scared even talking about House of Games because I'm chatting and then I'm like, I sound like a bitch. But
Whoa,
like,
what are you talking about?
because there's a psychology to going on House of Games that not only do you have to do, like, I love quizzing and I just want to do well at quizzing.
Not only do you need to use your brain, you need to use your gut as well as
You
both.
do. You need you need both my biomes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
you-
need to pour an Actimel on my brain. And just, like,
You need to be
Isn't it?
really blocked up to do well at House of Games.
yeah. But you have to. But if you've win 5 days in a row, you get a lot of shit online and everything.
Really?
And people brought up.
Well, what's the point then?
I
Because
think-
it's supposed to be a quiz, but it's not really about quizzing because we're doing this thing where you pretend that like you're not smart or something.
Well, I think it's because quizzing is like one of the only ways that you can get on TV as a comedian now. Like the stand-up
not-
game and stand-up and panel shows are gone. So realistically, like I just do love quizzing, and I think if I wasn't a comedian, I would have went on Pointless years ago, and I would have like, like. I would definitely go on quizzes.
I think
And
that,
why I didn't go on Pointless as a normal person is because like I was like, I don't want it to look like I just want to be famous off quizzing.
Yeah.
But now you've no choice.
I don't think anyone sees the quizzes and think these guys want to be famous.
No, you're right. But it's the only TV credits you can get now in the past like 4 years is quizzing.
Yeah.
Also, it'd be a bit of a kick in the teeth to not do the celebrity one, given some of the people we know that have been on it. You're
Yeah.
like, come on!
Including
Yeah.
myself. Very much so including myself. Like, absolutely. So
I won't hear that, but sure. No. But just you're my favourite celebrity that's maybe even been on it. Do you know what I mean?
Just because we're friends.
Well, so what? So what? I can't even I wouldn't be able to go on a quiz show or really anything that really told me, because I was talking to I was at the stand with Jamali Maddox this weekend, and you popped up to say hi.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Buzzcocks.
Yeah.
Because he's the captain
Yeah.
on Buzzcocks, and he was just
Crazy
saying
that nobody knows.
I'm just not.
It's like the biggest.
Yeah,
I don't want. I'm never sure. I don't want to say.
It's
I'm like,
casual.
is it right? Is that right?
They don't want to put a label on it.
Yeah.
I think he's a regular.
He's like
He's definitely a regular.
Oh right, okay. I don't know, and he was saying that because I was saying I've got such bad demand avoidance that I would get so annoyed, because Stu Laws was there as well, and I did beer mat flipping.
Yeah.
And I got so pissed off when I did it that after the first round, I just put on my coat and bag and went and sat in the audience and was like, I want to leave. I get so annoyed. And I was like, at least on Buzzcocks, Jamali was saying, you can basically do whatever you want.
Oh,
and I was like, that would be perfect for me.
Because
I would get to mess around. I'd get to do whatever I want. And there's no you need to sit down and answer questions. Do you know what I mean?
I get really pissed off people
who
who
sit down for most of it, to be fair.
Yeah, well, no, I've seen them getting up and walking around.
They do,
can stretch
walking.
their legs whenever they want on Buzzcocks. and I'm just saying that to me, I'm like, oh, great, that's more. But actually, what all we're left with in terms of formats and stuff is quizzing, and is maybe Taskmaster, I guess. But I guess that's still telling it. I'd be like, why are you telling me what to do? There's so much task. Why have I got a job?
Taskmaster is not that far off the cube. If you look at the cube.
See the cube. I would love to have done the cube, man. That would have rocked.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
I know we can't bring the presenter back.
Schofield.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think
Put him in that cube.
Put him in that cube.
You're not getting it.
He's got to present from a cube in prison.
He's just vaping. He's just throwing a vape into a bin.
He's not doing anything illegal, apparently.
Has
Allegedly.
he? Is that what they say?
No, he's not. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
But he's not allowed to. I'd love to do the cube if anyone's thinking of bringing the cube back.
Cube back,
yeah.
I'd be into it. I'd love to rock some presenting work.
But with quizzing, I don't like people who kind of downplay the skill of being a quizzer.
Oh, it's very difficult.
Do you know when people go on House of Games and they're like, oh, you're a geek. They don't say you're a geek, but they kind of go they kind of diminish the
that would
the
be
glory of being on House of I take it seriously.
If I was on it with you, I would have been undercutting you the entire time.
Well, no,
well
you would have won.
Alison.
You would have won because I would have. I
wouldn't have
my
won.
general knowledge is amazing. I'm psychologically weak. You would destroy me.
I
You would
believe that.
destroy
I
me.
believe
Yeah,
that psychologically
genuinely.
I would destroy you, but I also
Yeah.
believe that I would not answer a single question correctly.
This is like UFC. My knockouts are crazy, but my ground game is crap. You could destroy me if you were clever about it.
So to get back to that, then, so what did happen the rest of the week?
So then,
don't wanna hear the
Wednesday,
full-
I established dominance.
Oh, general knowledge back at it.
I wanted it.
Psychology
right?
be damned.
Yeah. Then Thursday, I did lose.
God,
I
this
lost
is so
fair
up
and
and
square. I lost fair and square, and then
to Clive Anderson.
to Clive Anderson.
So it's all come down to the Friday.
Then it all came down to Friday.
You should have done some. I wish I would have done some stuff to Clive Anderson. Not like that, but I mean, I would have done some pranks on
is
him.
Well, a
Pranks.
few people back in the day had to get on his fucking talk show. Allegedly.
He's a national treasure.
He's the next presenter of the
You're not on
Cube.
Whose Lines It Anyway now, Clive. You can't tell me what to do. Stop giving me suggestions.
Because we got first class travel with this House of Games stuff. I'd never been on first class travel before.
Oh my
for a plane.
gosh! What, on the train?
No plane. And
No.
I was in
How?
the British Airways lounge. And
Oh, so there is a first class flight that runs
yeah, from Glasgow.
nationally.
Oh, it's
Because
incredible.
I just assumed that it's all EasyJet and there's no way you could get a
there's
first class.
There's a BA
BA.
flight because I remember I got it once, not first class, but it was basically every famous Scottish person was on it.
Yeah.
Because it's the kind of London to Glasgow.
And I bet it runs at a nice time
Oh,
as
it
well,
does,
like a
it does.
midday flight or something.
And the air hostess, because I was sat there in first class and I was like, oh my God, this is my first.
That is so awesome. I can't believe they fly you first class.
And I went, this is my first ever time in first class. She gave me so much Prosecco. She gave me 3 dinners. She,
Wait, how long is the flight?
it's 40 minutes. I was like Henry VIII. I was eating a celeriac salad, just shoving it in. This woman was incredible. She was giving me biscuits to bring on the way home.
Oh,
and
what a
I had
babe.
eaten in the lounge earlier because you're in a
But why?
lounge.
But you get... But that's what the first class life is,
It was
isn't
beautiful. It was beautiful. So on the Friday, then answer smash has never been my strongest round.
You were hungover.
I fell down the stairs as well. On the Wednesday, like I fell down the stairs in the studio.
Carrying an injury.
Yeah, my leg was bleeding. They had to get me a new set of tights. I was like pumping this, holding blood, and they had to hold the cameras for a minute. I was like, get me on, coach, I'm fine.
Genuinely, no one has got a House of Games story this chaotic.
No.
Yeah, they had to do like an accident report, and then
Sounds like someone was trying to sabotage you, if anything.
Yeah, it does sound like someone was trying to sabotage you.
Yeah,
Who
maybe
pushed you down the stairs, Alison?
hubris.
You can tell us.
I think it was Catholic God.
Self-sabotage.
God
Yeah,
pushed me down the stairs.
God
That's one of the most Catholic things you've ever
I know.
said.
Jesus, take the wheel. So she was.
God is so in your head, you threw yourself down the stairs.
stairs,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, self-sabotage is always the
But-
case with you.
Answer smash. I answered 2 questions wrong by like one was which girls allowed song. You had to combine comic duos and
God.
a question, right? So the comic duo that's being shown was French and Saunders.
Uh-huh.
The question was which girls allowed single came out in blah blah blah.
I don't speak
know?
French.
Well, I
From
said I can't
Saunders.
speak French,
Oh.
and they went, "It's wrong. It's I don't speak French." And Saunders.
Oh, that's
A
pernickety.
minus, and then Clive won. I was crying.
That is so unfair.
But you know what? Like, I did make it weird because I was like, like that. I did do that.
I mean, you would.
And Clive
I'd
was
have
like,
smashed the
this-
setup.
Clive was lovely, but I did.
Clive's getting nowhere near that fucking Girls Aloud song, by the way.
I know, that's the
That's,
thing. If
that's
I-
what's unfair,
Guys, if I
is
didn't
that
buzz
he hasn't
in-
got. He wouldn't have had a Scooby about that.
I'm terrible on Shakespeare as well. Like, I'm terrible. But like, do
bet
you know
he
what?
picked
was
up
the
loads
Shake-
of
do
you know what
fucking
made
points
me
Was there a
feel
Shakespeare
great? Yeah, he
question?
There was the Tempest, but I can't remember what it was. But like, also, do you know what I did feel great about? You know when you pair up with people, I was prize pick. Like there wasn't. Do you know what I mean? They were
Yeah.
always like coming to
No
me.
getting picked last in
It
this.
felt incredible.
yeah.
I was definitely the least well known. Do you know what I mean? But like, anyway, I loved it. I didn't win. That was good in a way. I didn't get the trophy.
Are you
because-
hungry to do it again?
I would genuinely do crimes to go on it again. It was the greatest day of my life. Like it's so good. I won a toolbox and I keep all my jewelry in it and a dartboard, and that's in my dad's house.
How do you prepare?
I wanted
for
the fondue kit.
Oh, you wanted the fondue kit and you didn't get it.
Yeah. And Clive didn't even pick it. He picked like a
I just think
bicycle
that
helmet.
the fondue kit would get so nasty though.
That's what
It would get so like rank and nasty, and then that would be your memory of that.
But when are you
A dartboard,
a dartboard?
dartboard
Yeah.
age as well, I think.
But like, when are you ever gonna buy yourself a fondue kit? You never do.
When are you
it.
going to buy yourself a dartboard?
That's true. But I got it. And a toolbox.
Yeah, I think you've done good with that.
Thank you.
I don't think you should ever think about the fondue kit again. I think it would be nasty by now.
Yeah, let's say that.
Like, yeah.
So you learned a lesson in hubris then, Alison?
I
would
think
you say?
so. I think
Interesting.
like genuinely it did feel like, and my boyfriend did say like, don't let them psychologically destroy it, because me and him watch it all the time, and we do see it when there's really good quizzers on the Monday, and there's comments made, and then on Tuesday there's adjustments.
Oh.
See,
You
I
know?
think
You can
you've
see
got.
someone crumble.
Yeah, you definitely can.
I
You
think that's
definitely can.
that's almost like, this is the thing, when you start pulling that stuff apart, you can go down so many rabbit holes. Because I would always say like, never even have a conversation about the psychological aspect of it, because as soon as it's in your mind, then
Yeah, I know.
like really you should be just trying just being so thick to it.
Yeah.
You've got to try and bury yourself. Do you see what I mean?
But I watch
you're
it.
you're too like you're too you're feeling everything. Do
I'm
you know what I
feeling
mean?
everything when I'm quizzing.
You're feeling everything out.
When I'm quizzing,
yeah,
I feel too
yeah.
much. Yeah, my
Yeah.
emotions get in the way. But like, I watch Pointless so much that it doesn't even do me any good to get the answer right now. I have to get the answer right, and then I have to predict how much I think the public would. So if I'm within a 3-point radius of what I think the public would recognize, then that's how much I love Pointless and
actually-
House of Games.
I've never seen this side to you really. I've seen it like a slither of it.
Have you?
Yeah, but like I've never seen the sort of quizzing side to you, and it's like, it's a lot.
I read Sean Williamson's book
Yeah.
for pleasure, and that was a book about quizzing. I adore quizzing. Sorry.
I feel like I'm on
I've
a
done
high
a quiz
performance
with you.
podcast right now.
yeah, do the Diary of a CEO.
This is really
yeah.
the secret to success of quizzing.
I would go. I'd love to go on Mastermind. I'd love to do all of that.
I did a pub quiz with you. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I did remember, like, I had to leave early. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And
Didn't make a difference to me.
well, okay.
Helped then,
Definitely helped me. But like I was like, okay, I gotta go. Like, and my attitude to pub quizzes is like, maybe I'll fill out some of the questions, maybe I won't.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I've got to go now. And I think I was living up here at the time. I don't know, it was the summer.
Yeah.
And you were like,
I know.
she didn't even say bye properly.
I'm in the
I was
middle
like,
of a quiz.
I'm going back to Glasgow now. And she was just like,
Look, if you were involved in a threesome and someone was like pumping someone else, right? Do you want like a formal handshake when you're leaving?
I need
Or,
to get,
like,
so
would
I
you-
need to just marry the two.
Imagine maybe a little
I
bit
need
more
to-
informal than the handshake. Like, see you later.
I need to just first marry the ideas that for you threesomes and quizzes are like applicable, are like comparable
Absolutely.
situations.
Definitely. A joy. A joy.
No, but what did you do then to prepare?
Usually people cheating, both of them, by the way.
Hey.
Come on.
Love
That's
it.
good stuff.
Yeah, let's bring it back to actually to doing jokes on a podcast.
Oh yeah, no, fair.
What do you mean? How do I prepare?
Prepare for like House of Games. Do you do like cramming?
No, I don't, because the cool thing about House of Games is if I was gonna do it again, I would prepare by learning Shakespeare stuff.
Shakespeare's.
Because it always comes up. Like there's always
Yeah,
something
there's
about
always a
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare
Shakespeare's just a
question.
blind spot in my
That
life.
one's one of my. I'm like, I do all right usually with the Shakespeares.
Or
if it's-
Formula One drivers.
Oh, yeah, no, I
or
can't do that.
golfers.
I've got an English degree and I barely know anything about Shakespeare.
Really?
I kind of avoided it because it was always like, you need to fucking read it and then translate the fucking, this, back in the 18th century, this was funny. And you're like, oh, fucking,
I
who cares? You know what I mean?
know.
Like,
There is.
I
not
do
a
like
race-
the general storylines, though. I must
I regret
say.
it now. I wish I'd known a bit more so as I can be like, oh yeah, Succession is like King Lear or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Well,
don't
those
know.
are just the easy shortcuts. You know, Hamlet is Lion King, and Taming of the Shrew is 10 Things I Hate About You, and
yeah.
also
Always
the
Othello.
one where she walks down the what's it?
There was
God.
loads of like mid 2000s, late 90s teen films that were based on Shakespeare films.
Yeah.
Shakespeare films.
There are-
Shakespeare plays. Yeah.
Well, there are classics as well. Eliza Doolittle, which one's that?
Pygmalion.
Pygmalion's Taming of the Shrew.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. But I suppose, like, if you live long enough, everything is Shakespearean.
Yeah, because
like,
there's only so many stories.
Definitely. Like, you know, when you're pitching stuff for, like, writing scripts, like, at the moment, like, I'm pitching stuff. And most of the storylines or whatever, it's like someone in my life that I know. Like,
Yeah.
there's people that just live such dramatic lives. You don't really need fiction that much.
No.
Like, I think that's why reality TV is so big.
Yeah.
And like Real Housewives, I haven't seen Real Housewives, but I keep getting told I would love it, and I will.
Yeah.
But like for me, Real Housewives is like TikTok, and it's like what's the other thing that I avoid? Vaping. It is.
I'm
it
sat on my
is.
vape right now.
But you know, I smoke like
Yeah.
you know, like
no, that's good for you. because
1.5
it's the worst.
months
So-
of the year I smoke.
There's a triangle that's Real Housewives,
Yeah.
vaping, and TikTok.
And I just know it wouldn't. I know it would take over my whole life. Like
Yeah.
I know that I would.
But those
like,
stories are also engineered, though.
mate, about 4 of them are in jail. So like that is so engineering. Like they're actually in prison.
Yeah.
Like, and it is engineered in the way that like
Is
they
it in there? Yeah.
well they know at the back of their head the
Yeah.
same way. Like when I went on House of Games, there's this weird internal contract. No one says anything. But they'd go like, they go, be good at quizzing, don't be too good,
Or
and
put you in
don't be-
prison.
or don't be a dickhead about it. You know, we'll put you in prison. Yeah, yeah, you're right. No, I'm
Be
gonna
nice.
acknowledge that. That was
You'll be in a cube right next to Philip Schofield.
I was gonna say. I thought I'd let you have it.
just a guy.
I did a good callback to that earlier, but you missed it.
Oh,
so
sorry.
you have to see it in the edit.
Oh,
I
okay.
loved it. And like,
I'll
just,
mute my mic if I was speaking.
what's the name of the person in the fencing gear that used to come into the queue? Do you remember him?
The one trying it out at the bottom, it was Claudia Winkleman. And
Oh yeah, it
Tell
was
with
a
the
woman.
French.
she was practicing for traitors.
Yeah, cute. We'll call him Cute Gimp.
All right, guys, Mark here, just reminding you that we are on Patreon. For as little as just £3 a month, you can sign up and get access to an extra episode every 2 weeks. It's myself, Steve and Stu, primarily on those eps. Just chat for the boys, if that's your type of thing. Do sign up to the pod, to the Patreon. It keeps us going, keeps us growing. through the pod, and it would be very much appreciated, and also gives you access to now over 60 hours of bonus eps, as well as all the previous live shows, some behind the scenes footage, and we stuff in Germany, things like that. So obviously plenty to enjoy over there, and hopefully we'll see you on the Patreon shortly. Thank you to everybody who's already signed up as well. We do have some Laugh merch available also. We've got some t-shirts, hoodies, jumpers, mugs and totes, that kind of thing, caps as well. If you'd like to get a wee Some Laugh, show your appreciation for the pod. It's also a great logo, if I don't say so myself, which was designed by our mate Chris Mackay. If you'd like to get that logo on any of the merch that we have available, it is available there. And there's also a wee discount for our patrons as well. And finally, just a wee plug for my King's Theatre show in Glasgow on Friday the 20th of March. I'm back playing the Kings. I cannot wait. It's going to be an absolutely brilliant night. Tickets are going fast, so do get them quick if you'd like to come along, and I'll hopefully see you there. But aside from all that, guys, enjoy the rest of the episode.
What were we talking about before that? I went on a big
Oh,
thing.
sorry.
Vaping and Desperate Housewives.
TikTok and Desperate
Just
Housewives.
storylines. We're talking about storylines.
Storylines, yeah.
But that does make sense though, because all of your, because I know like in stand up you do talk about like some politics,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
quite a political comedian, really.
Well, I like to talk about the stuff in the zeitgeist and politics
Yeah.
as a part of that, but I don't want to do too much because I think that there's only a certain percentage of people that are into
Know
it.
what happens,
But-
or
There's more cultural stuff. I like to talk about social stuff, I guess, and
Yeah.
you're more autobiographical, would you say, Alison?
definitely like domesticated, and like everything I write is like, I remember because I wrote a sitcom in Ireland, and like people were telling me, oh, it's very like small stories and domesticated stuff, and I was like, but that's so big to me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and
But
I
that's
love,
reality TV. It's
Yeah.
the kind of similar, because we do engineer our bits to make them work as part of a
Definitely.
story. It must be
Definitely.
quite a strong parallel to how reality television is made.
I'm finding it so like being a comedian that does stuff about their lives. Like you kind of like. I'm becoming so aware now of the relationship you have between the audience and between the people in your life. Like, so this is the thing. I did a podcast last week, and it was like about what I did on my day. Do you know, what did you do yesterday? So you talk about what you did that day. And like, it was so weird because I was living my day, but I was thinking of it in all the time in terms of the podcast, which makes me sound really fake, but I'm actually really real because you know, like people shouldn't admit to that, like to being self-aware about
Yeah.
stuff. And like when I was doing the podcast, so the morning I woke up, my friend texted me, and she didn't text me back, and I know because she's really busy, but I missed her. So I was like, I'm going to listen to her podcast. And she's got this podcast. Her name is Julie J. She's amazing. I've had a chat with her, so it's all good. But I'm going to listen to her podcast. And then she was talking in her podcast just about like that she sent me a text, and she didn't mention my name, but I knew it was about me. And she goes, by the way, I love this person, but like I felt a bit stung. And what she was saying was that she felt a bit stung about like her feelings on herself. It wasn't like a thing on me, but it was so weird to listen to it as a listener and then go, I'm involved in this. And she knows that I might listen to it. So she said at the start, of course, I love this person. Like that was directly for me.
Yeah.
And it's like a mad thing of like consuming stuff and communicating through podcasts. And then I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And now I'm talking about that podcast on
Here
this
we go.
podcast. But isn't it mad all the, like, do you ever think about that when you make podcasts and
Yeah.
stuff? It's like, who are you communicating with?
Yeah, I guess so. And it's like, yeah, it's a funny thing, but it is weird when you listen to your friends ones.
Yeah.
And then they mention you, and you're like,
But
oh, that's me. I was just
know.
doing the dishes.
Yeah, that
I
is
know.
wild. But because you have it, I've had it where I haven't even listened to the podcast. So you know, we saw Killian
Yeah.
in Barcelona,
Yeah.
and then
What's their pod name again?
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
Young Hot Guys.
Young Hot
it's
Guys.
so hard to search them on Instagram. You type in Young Hot Guys and they're like, you've got a problem. And then I'm like, oh my God, the police are being called.
what an excuse for your homepage, I'm sure. And and as someone I used to live with,
Yeah.
who like listens to their podcast, messaged me and was like, "Hey, how are you? You were just mentioned on like my favorite podcast," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
That is, and he was only just talking about, you know, his girlfriend had her phone stolen,
Yeah.
and we had those ones with the We had straps on our
lanyards.
phones that you made us buy.
We were walking around like the Powerpuff Girls with 3 lanyards.
Lanyards,
just like,
me, her, and Fern all with lanyards. Like,
genuinely.
we worked in a really futuristic office building. But
I did a great job packing. I just have to say that. Like,
I
I brought so much.
She honestly, like, it was really sweet. 'Cause she did like a bit for Fern's birthday, right?
Yeah.
And before we'd got there, she'd like gone out and bought all this cheese and fruit and everything before we got to the apartment in Barcelona. And didn't you make a little happy birthday thing for Fern? And it was really so sweet and lovely. And then she was very mum. You're so more organised for other people than you ever are for yourself.
I'm terrible for myself. Yeah.
She got us
I'm
like
really great
freeze.
giving people advice. Terrible at taking my own.
Before we'd leave the flat in the morning, she'd get like a freezer, these like bags of water that she'd put in the freezer and like put one around Fern's neck, put one around there you go, you don't want to be dehydrated. Honestly, it was so sweet.
And also you weren't allowed to bring bottles into Primavera. So I had these things like a foldable bottle. You can get them. It's so good. Sorry,
and then we were like putting we were worried about the bottle caps, putting them in our bras and stuff.
Yeah,
I put a
pretending they're
bottle
my
cap down
nipples.
my pants.
There we
And I was
go.
like, that's, you know, when you first go to a festival and you're so scared of the security.
Yeah.
And then you realise I've got a bottle cap down my pants for literally no reason.
I literally bought an E off a guy who collected it from the back of his balls. And I do think, you know what I mean? He's like, if you don't mind it, he just like...
But hey, look, the floor
Yeah.
drugs that we found were of the best quality drugs
were the
we've
best.
ever had, and they were found on the floor.
In Primavera, they have a drug testing facility. I think it's incredibly adult. It's very good. Fern had bought a drug tester.
Testing thing, threw it in the bin
Threw it-
on the way by the security. 'Cause again, we got scared of the security. Threw the drug testing kit away, and then we
Yeah.
got to the other side, and there was like, "Here's a big drug testing facility," and it was like,
amazing.
"We've got this so wrong." Like,
We found a little bag of white stuff, and then we brought it in to get tested. 94 or 92?
92% purity.
92% pure MDMA.
Pretty good.
That's
And we couldn't get a
doesn't give you a
taxi
come
that
down.
night, so we just walked.
We walked all the way home.
6 miles.
The opposite of a pointless answer there.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm like, yay.
Can we get a little effect for that?
Oh, it was glorious. No, it was great.
Yeah.
What were we chatting about before we talked
Sorry.
about drugs? No.
Can I actually ask on Primavera? Because
Yeah.
you just got to see CMAT when you were there.
Of course.
And are you friends with CMAT?
Kind of, yeah.
That's amazing.
You are.
Yeah.
She's so
You
good,
went
right,
to New
Oliver?
York. You were in the recording studio.
I was in her flat. She let me stay in her flat.
There's a picture of me, Alison, and CMAT.
Yeah.
Like when she was like hadn't been going that long. Do you remember we were helping her with her promo at London Bridge?
Yeah, for
and
her
I was
second
already
album.
so like, because her first album was like my breakup album from
And
my
I
last relationship.
Didn't I recommend her to
The
you?
day that we met,
Yeah.
or we met properly,
Yeah.
and we were at a gig in London, and we both just started chatting, we both just started crying,
Yeah.
and we were
did.
both in floods of tears,
Yeah.
And-
You'd just broken up with your boyfriend.
yeah,
I was
and you were just you.
life. yeah.
And we'd just met properly for the first time, and we just cried so much. And the gig was dreadful. Do you remember? It's like an outside. It was in like there was like a tarpaulin kind of roof.
I'd had a great gig. I
We
don't
had
know
a
what
nice
you're on
gig, but like the gig was. But I mean, like we were in a
Good
shack.
tradesman doesn't blame their tools.
I didn't mean the gig was bad, and
I'm
it was a
joking.
nice gig. But I'm saying like it was in. We were just crying in like a shack,
Our
basically.
green room was outside.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're doing. And like we had a great chat, and then you were going on about like I'm breaking up with someone, I'm eating chicken.
Yeah, I was like, I was going to the chicken shop all the time because I was having to move out of my flat and tell the
Yeah.
chicken shop guy that I was leaving, which obviously he didn't care about. But
No.
but then you sent me her song,
yeah, it's about eating chicken.
and it's not even on
After a
any of the
breakup.
albums.
Oh, really?
No.
It was like
Deep
one
cut.
of her first.
deep
Was it
cut.
like her first single or something?
Yeah, KFC.
We were there
yeah.
from the very beginning.
I was there like
and I was like, "This song is great," and then that was it. That was
Yeah.
it.
I bought her badges. Like, so she's great. I know her off like Dublin Twitter, and she was really young when I met her at first and stuff. She's just really funny.
Yeah.
Do you know when you meet somebody you're just like, you're a buzzer.
Yeah,
You're gonna do
yeah.
well.
She really is.
And then so she messaged me last year. What was it? She was asking me, do I know someone? And then I go, well, where are you? And she goes, I'm in New York at the moment and recording an album. I was like, I've always wanted to go to New York. You know, is this making conversation? Come just stay in my flat. Come. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah. And I looked up flights and it was like 400 quid
I
return
remember
for a
chatting to you,
flight.
and I was like, "You've got to go.
I was like,
You've
I gotta
got to go."
And I was supporting Fern at the time and I had to cancel 2 Manchester gigs and Fern was like, go.
Yeah.
And I just went to New York. And I just stayed in Brooklyn. It was like one of the greatest few days of my life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was fucking class.
Wow.
And like, yeah, so like, she's a friend, but like, I love her music so much.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I just
so
think she's
good.
brilliant. And
We've- the
I just
gigs-
like her being humorous. Like,
Yeah.
she's my favorite artist in the way that she's not afraid to be funny. And I think a lot of artists are afraid to be funny because to be seen as funny is to not be seen as serious.
Yeah,
Cool.
And
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather be funny than cool or serious or anything because you can just be. To be funny, you have to be clever.
But it makes the
Or
music so
emotionally-
much better.
Yeah, it does.
Aye.
It's good shit, and she just does a bop. You know, so
It's that was like one of the best gigs. I feel like me, you, and Fern watching her.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
And the sun was setting.
Yeah.
Primavera is brilliant.
And we were right at the front, and then we turn around, and it was just like the turnout of the crowd was crazy.
It
Wasn't
was crazy big. And the thing, like, we're going to Primavera next year. We bought tickets before we even knew the lineup.
Yeah.
Because
we
we
just
had
had the
such a good
best
time.
time.
And like the gorillas and the Cure there, and I'm like, okay, I'll deal with this. It's no
Little
Sabrina Carpenter and Chapel Roan.
No, but
No,
Dochi's
that's
going to
not.
be there. Little Sims is going to be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Doja Cat,
Doja Cat, yeah.
loads of good stuff.
It is gonna be good.
There you go.
And floor drugs.
Yes, the floor will provide. As is our mantra.
We kept going abundance.
The abundance the floor will provide, and then like Fern found, well, and then
Yeah.
she found it, and then she just went home.
And listen, if it helps, there'll be some floor drugs at Blackfriars on the
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why not?
If we get the
I
crowd
saw
that we
people
want.
with torches going along the floor, and I was like, "Where's your dignity, man?" And
Okay,
then,
I've done that.
No, then we did that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I was like, that's the way to do it.
I went to Tim Hortons today. I was waiting for an omelette, and I had like a 10-minute window to wait, and they couldn't make it within the 10 minutes, and I was like, I have to go, and they're like, please take a donut, like. And I was like, no, it's fine. It's all chill. It's all chill. Like, it's my fault
Abundance
for ordering.
follows this woman around. Sorry, no one ever says to me, have a donut.
I know, it did feel pretty great. I took it with grace. And they were sound.
What the fuck is taking more than 10 minutes, though?
But you know what? That's kind of good. If you want an omelette, you want it fresh.
Oh, then you get an omelette on it. I thought it
yeah,
was
10
like
minutes for
coffee
an
or something.
omelette. No, 10
Well,
minutes for an
I
omelette.
had the coffee in my hand, like.
No.
But like, I wanted to eat shit, and I'm boycotting McDonald's. And I do miss their breakfasts. I do miss. Do you know? I do miss the
They're
idea
not
of,
that
like,
good. They're not that good.
I like the idea of like a cheap hot thing to get like in the morning.
Well, it's Greg's now, isn't it? That's
is
their biggest
Greg's.
competition for breakfast. I watched a
Unless-
documentary on it the other night.
Documentary on
You
it?
watched a documentary.
Yeah, McDonald's versus Greg's, the big breakfast. It's like a
Is it a thing made by Channel 4 but on YouTube?
Yeah, no,
There's
it's like
loads
it's
of-
more like Channel 5 vibes, but
Channel 5 just do adverts and pretend that they're documentaries.
I
like
love
they're like
Channel
the air
5.
fryer craze of the UK. They're like, and it looks like
Sponsored
it's
by
made
Ninja.
yeah,
that's my favorite show.
and it looks like it's like made by AI, and they've lots of stock footage of people using air fryers. And then I have a comedian on my level just doing like a voice, you know, like
That's
you
my
gotta-
dream to
Yeah.
do a talking head on Channel 5.
Oh,
I think that they're the only two ways that we can get on TV is quizzing or doing a talking head thing on Channel 5.
I love it.
I just submitted a script today, but I know you're right. I know you're
is.
right.
Well,
Yeah.
it is that or Taskmaster
And
or
we're not,
Apollo.
not with Avalon.
and Apollo. Like
Apollo's
seen me a few times, and like I don't know if it'll
They
ever
saw me
happen.
once and then was like really buzzing about it, and then I never heard from them again.
Yeah,
Well, they've yet to see me as far as I'm aware. And they probably never will.
They probably have seen you.
but
dunno.
like you do so well on social media.
Yeah, you don't need it.
I'm not denigrating Apollo.
But what good is that if I don't get the Apollo because of it?
It is
weird,
better.
though.
It is
It's
better.
weird that
I'd
probably
rather
more-
have that. I'd
Yeah.
rather have.
No, you're right.
I don't.
Well, everyone says to just clip it up now, and that's the main value.
Exactly. Exactly. You only ever see it on other
Instagram.
comedians' Instagrams.
And I think that's like what we're trying to clip up stuff. It's like me and you were like, after, to be real about career stuff, we're pals and shit, and we talk about stuff. And it's like, we want to go up another level. And it's like, we just have to,
I have to put stuff out
clip.
there.
We
I
have
mean,
to clip.
you do put stuff out.
Oh.
You're very you put stuff out all the time. You're always taking pictures and everything. And I would think, God, I haven't got anything to say or do, but I will have done loads of stuff. Do you know what I mean? But then I'm like, nah, I just won't say anything. Do you know what I mean?
find it so hard to have the balance of like, when I have stuff to promote, I have nothing of worth to give anyone. And I feel so like, I just feel, it feels so transactional and so weird. Like to be like, here's a selfie of me. By the way, I'm going to be in Glasgow Blackfriars on the 30th. And like, I even look at like, I have looked at like what time you're supposed to put them up at.
Yeah.
I've had friends that have gone viral and their careers have gone so much better. And like, it would be silly not to look at it and go like, this is
Of
where our
course,
effort should
yeah.
be put, because like
There are benefits
with
to
Apollo
it.
or with any TV show, it's like one person's opinion. It is key over your whole career.
Do you know
So
what?
to take that power away.
And it is weird how much it's changed. And
Yeah.
like, I got a tape through the other day
Yeah.
that was like for a main part on a BBC show with like big actors in it and stuff. And okay, this sounds bad, but like it's filming in my big holiday. Like it's a big part, and it's filming for like 10 days or whatever.
Yeah.
And I did the tape for it, and I'm kind of like, I actually hope in a weird way, I hope I don't get it because I don't want it to interrupt my holiday. But part of that reasoning is that job, even though I'd love to do the job and I love acting and everything,
Yeah.
that job isn't going to change my career in the
No,
way that it
no.
would have done maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's
But-
just not gonna.
So it does feel like what will change a career? Like that's the kind of
That's
thing.
it. But also, like, we are having careers. Like, this is
Yeah.
our full time thing. We are doing stuff and we are making stuff. But like, it is really hard. There's no. That's the thing now, is there's no stepping stones. There's no like obvious path. It's
No.
everything's been kind of turned on its head, and it's like, well, you've got to kind of find a way to go
Which
about
is
it.
freeing but scary at the same time. 'Cause
Yeah.
there is no path. Because like about 15 years ago, it would be 15 years ago, the path to be a comedian would be 7 years on the circuit, debut. You have a big agent behind you already, PR, invest the money.
Get on one of those millions of shows where you can do a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get on like Countdown,
Yeah,
like
Cats or whatever.
Cats.
Or what, I don't even remember any of the shows. Or Mock the Week or
Mock the Week, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I'm trying to think of like
Russell
an
Howard's
ITV
Good News.
Russell Howard's Good News. Yeah, that's,
Something like
And
that.
there's loads of other panel shows and stuff as well. Like,
that was that
But
was
they were all
around.
gone by the time I
Yeah.
came around. All of that stuff was gone.
Yeah, I just didn't know the game. I was around, but I was just not. I
Yeah.
was not involving myself.
But you
in
also
that.
probably thought like, well, they'll come eventually.
Yeah, and then you see them go, and then you look at stuff like stuff that you would have killed to be on 12 years ago, diminishing returns for people, and it's fine. It's not like I'm not happy about that. I'm not going like, oh, that's good, but it's like a weird thing now of going, well, what is it?
yeah.
And like it is gonna be like that dude who did a clip where he's like slow motion heading a ball. Carl Porter.
But
is
that-
his name? He's got a whole tour off the back of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
that's
it's an incredible bit.
yeah.
But like he probably had no like TV people after him or anything like that.
No.
But what changed
and
his
that is
career
and that is
that.
great. That is great that there's less gatekeeping.
Yeah.
But I do think that the problem with that is that like the sort of like the trough that feeds that
Yeah.
is so fast moving that it creates like novelty. Do you know what I mean? So like it's like a bit like X Factor. Well, there'll be another one along with them. There'll be someone else blowing up online. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a constant kind of like feeding the system.
Do you know what it is? It's like a colonialist government has just left the country and now there's militias that are like fighting each other and it's all like we're free, but where do we go? And
Yeah.
like how does it rule?
Sounds a bit far fetched if you ask me, Alison. What kind of country would that
And you said you're not a political comedian, but I do think that like I think the problem with social media is that it's a big distraction.
Yeah.
Like it's a huge distraction, and that actually what does retain its value is skills and learning doing your skills, like doing your stagecraft, being good on stage, being good at writing your shows, writing your scripts, all these like things that are still actual skills and still exist and still have a value.
Yeah. But I have like comedian mates who get like their Meta accounts hacked and like
Right.
Meta can't help them. with
Right,
that.
well,
And
you
it's
had
like,
your account hacked, and it's like,
Oh, I didn't-
whoa.
You
I
got
didn't
banned,
get-
did you not?
I got banned.
Oh,
I got
banned.
for
That to
sharing-
me is hacked of. You
No,
got hacked in the mind.
I self-hacked before turning the hack on myself. I shared a meme. I shared a video of a kid being chased by a little puppy, but instead they had Pitbull. So it says kid gets chased by a Pitbull. It was hilarious.
Yeah, sounds
But
good.
done for child endangerment. Like, and for months I was off the app, and like I was like, that was the biggest threat to my career.
Yeah.
I
was
got a
getting
blue
off
tick
social
because you
media.
told me to.
And so I have to pay like 12 quid
Yeah.
now. I have to pay 12 quid a
Yeah.
month. That's another expense. I pay for CapCut.
Yeah.
I pay Meta,
Canva.
Like if you look at all the expenses you have as a
Spotlight.
comedian, do you a Spotlight?
Yeah.
How much is Spotlight again?
Can't
Like
remember. I
200
just
quid?
don't look because it scares me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like being a comedian is not cheap now.
And as you say, like the way it used to be, if it's TV producers you're trying to impress that are the gatekeepers, is what if one person doesn't like you, you're fucked. But equally now,
Yeah.
if the algorithm doesn't like what you're doing, and if you share stuff that's maybe getting suppressed, whether it's something to do with Palestine,
Pro-Palestine stuff, yeah.
or like loads of stuff like that,
Yeah.
or certain words that they filter or whatever,
And now people got unalived or do you know like
all that kind of stuff. So then your stuff just isn't getting pushed, and there could be like a really great bit of stand up, for example, that's just maybe the punch. You just need to wait the minute to get to the punch. That's oh my god, that's great. But if you've not got that hook that's needed, so that people don't flick, then it doesn't do well, and then this thing bombs.
Yeah.
That's actually great.
Yeah.
Whereas other stuff doesn't. It's daft, and it's like
It's actually a less reliable gatekeeper.
in a way, yeah. And it's for me, like I mean, most of the success I've had in terms of like getting a bit of traction, people buying tickets and all that everything's been online. And I've never
yeah. Like you're doing Kings
so that to me it's been great for me, but it's there's no quality control now,
Yeah.
and that's a problem, I think. Like so, and that's the case in every aspect of society, from politics to boxers need a big social media following to get a good fight,
And they get
or whatever.
punched in the head.
and they get punched in the head,
Yeah.
which actually helps with your social media.
But like you have to post every day and be consistent about it.
I guess
Isn't
so,
it?
but sometimes it just gets a bit much, and you're just fucking.
Yeah.
I've put all my clips out. They've done well.
Yeah.
They need to repost and they need to figure out some other thing. This is me going to the shops. Like, I don't know.
I know, it's so hard. And like I feel like you get rewarded for showing conflict. Like if you were to do like
Divisive stuff.
comedian destroys heckler or whatever, and it's like, do you know actually who Chris Kent from Ireland?
He's
Great,
great.
yeah.
He's
yeah.
Love
amazing,
Chris.
and he's got his story. Like he's like one of the only comedians that like I'll watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know,
He's
I'll
so
stay,
good.
I'll watch,
Yeah.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Like if it means I have to get a late train home, I'll go. I'll do it. And like his stuff is long. His stuff is storytelling. It's not quick. It's not clippy. He's not really zeitgeisty either. He's like domesticated.
Yeah.
His shit is like, I
Yeah.
worked at a butcher's, and it's this big long story. You know, it's
It's
so
really
good.
authentic.
But he's done so well off social media. But
Yeah.
I'm like, he goes against the grain.
Yeah, but then I spoke
then
to
it
Chris about
goes-
that, and he
yeah.
just like had a conscious decision of like, I'm going to put stuff out and I'm going to be consistent and treat it like a
Yeah.
job kind of thing. And that is what you need to do, and it's just an aspect of our job. But for me, the thing I struggle with is like you focus on posting online stuff and all that, and then that does well, but then you're going, fuck, but I'm slipping off on, as you're saying, like working on my act and
Yeah.
writing and being a good comedian, and then you start focusing on that.
And
And then
you
you're letting
slip
the other
off.
shit slip, and you're going. You see all these people doing really well off the socials. You're like, "Fuck! I'm being an idiot. What am I doing? Working on my act. All it matters is you put stuff out, and obviously it's basically both into it, but it's hard to do it all.
Yeah, I see like these American comedians. Is it Jim Marco? Okay, there's a really big like American comedian online. He talks about like paying $1,500 to a social media manager.
This is
Yeah.
what I was about to say.
Like-
There's a team involved.
Yeah,
That almost definitely has to be.
never in the UK or Ireland because I don't think our
We're
industry
not at
is
that
big
level
enough.
yet.
People
no.
don't have enough money to justify paying that. I think.
No.
No, people have relatives that are good at it, and I mean that is to have like a cousin or a sister or
Just
someone
clip
who's good at
stuff up,
social media.
yeah.
That's like better than having a rich dad. Like that is genuinely.
But it does, still needs to be authentic. Because see if you do it through like some company or whatever,
Yeah,
if people can tell it's no you posting and it's a bit too markety.
totally. And
It's-
some companies are shite. Like I
Yeah.
know a friend who paid a company to like help with. They were posting that like. I know not that much about social. This is probably really uninteresting for people. I'm so sorry, but like I don't know social media that well. But I know posting at 10 o'clock on Sunday is not going to get you any like.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me because I thought most people are in their beds hungover on a Sunday and what they doing but looking at their phones.
But I'm looking at like the algorithm tells me my best times to post are like Sunday afternoon, Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon. It could be bullshit, but
Fuck knows.
I don't ever
don't
look at any of
know.
that
I
stuff.
don't
Yeah.
really know. But, you know,
I don't want to be doing riddles every day. I can't be bothered with it.
I know.
riddles.
Yeah, or
Social
working out the
media.
magical time
Right,
to
yeah,
post
yeah.
and things like that. If you know, make
It's like
it.
getting pregnant. Is my algorithm ovulating at the
Yeah,
moment?
yeah,
Kind of,
right,
like,
right.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing, though. There'd be good content for you in a way, Alison, if you're so into quizzes.
Yeah.
You could do a quiz question a day.
Oh, I should maybe. Yeah,
Somewhere.
I once did my own table quiz. Like I ran my own table quiz, and it was so hard. People got annoyed. Like there was like the highest scoring was 30 out of 100. One of my questions was name every member of Destiny's Child, past and present.
Oh my god.
Has there been more than
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
7.
did not know that. I just thought it was Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and the other one.
Michelle
Michelle,
Williams.
well, that's the
Michelle
classic
Williams.
lineup.
And Latavia, Latoya.
Did
Oh,
Stevie Nicks
Latoya,
count because she was
yeah.
in the Bootylicious video?
Who?
Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jesus, that
Because
was.
they stole her song.
They didn't steal
Did
our
they?
song.
No, they
mate.
sampled it.
Yeah, they
Age of-
sampled it.
Age of 17, wasn't
yes,
it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Great song.
great song. Bootylicious is great as well. I
absolutely.
don't think you can handle this. Ooh. Yeah.
So that's something like that. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe I will do that every day, just a different quiz thing.
That aside, of course, from clipping up your stand-up specials, which are being
Yeah.
recorded
So yes,
on the 30th of
But
October.
don't worry about the clips. Come and see the real
Come
thing.
see the real
Yeah.
thing.
Clips don't matter, as we've just established. All that matters is art.
Well,
Yeah.
They're two shows that are brilliant as a full whole and are worth seeing live and in person.
it's so funny. I don't think me talking about clips for about 30 minutes is going to make anyone want to come to watch my comedy. Do you know
Alison,
what
Cut that
I
bit
mean?
out.
You've hit out with a number of great quotable lines already,
Yeah.
including "I'm so fake that I'm real."
Maybe I'm the Riyadh Comedy Festival. That's good for the algorithm.
Yes, get out.
Hashtag
All it-
Riyadh.
All of my YouTube stuff is like Riyadh Comedy Festival. People
Yeah.
reacting to it and shit. Elephant Graveyard. Have you seen Elephant
Oh
Graveyard?
yeah, I've seen
I love
that. It's
that
great.
shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so great.
Yeah, just but because there's a whole genre on YouTube now of just slagging podcasts.
Yeah, there's a whole genre of like. Do you think that's ever going to come to the UK of people clipping?
I
up
would
stuff?
love to be on some fucking compilation and some laugh this week. You know, like
Yeah, because it'd be like some
okay,
laugh
actually,
this
but-
week. They were talking about Christopher McCarthy boys, and then they go.
Is
to,
there tension between Stu and Chris?
Yeah,
You know,
the
like-
Glasgow comedy scene is really toxic at the moment. The mothership, which is Blackfriars or whatever.
You want to make it into reality television
Yeah, I'd love to watch reality television based on stand-up.
based on the stand-up scene.
That is sort of a
Wherever.
thing on like because on the YouTube people talk about the politics of like the Austin comedy scene
Yeah.
or the LA comedy scene through all these podcasts, and they take out wee bits where somebody said a wee thing and someone's taking it the wrong way and all that, and it's like
Totally.
it's the Desperate Housewives of the day.
Yeah, it's the
It's
story
like-
behind the story. It's like Taylor
Yeah.
Swift, isn't it? That's the big one at the moment, is everyone pulling her everything apart online and those online detectives and
Because it's so weird because, like, I've seen people discuss the podcast that I was on last week on Reddit, and they're like, who's the female comedian that Alison was talking about? And then they're discussing different possibilities. So people are interested in that. It's so weird.
also you can't talk
Not
about
weird.
another podcast while you're on this podcast. That's going to break the story behind the story.
No, do you know what? The next podcast I'm going to go on, I'm going to talk about this podcast. It's going to be a human centipede
You're
of
gonna-
podcast.
We
Yeah.
could use the traction. I'll take it. You know, like
Yeah.
it is funny, like because there's not too much like Reddit stuff out there that about us really, but like as far as I know, but it is mad when you see it. But I think I'd be so self conscious if we had such a bigger following that like
Yeah.
people were publicly posting and speculating about stuff. It'd be like weird.
When Fern left the podcast Wheel of Misfortune, like people were messaging me going, "Who's at fault here?"
Yeah,
Like as if like to go like, has she done so? Like it was so weird, and because it's a parasocial relationship, and the problem is when you do a podcast and it's already based on the IP of your friendship, which
Yes.
yours is,
Yeah.
like.
shit.
I know, but like people will be interested. Like I rented a, I rented
Do you know
a
what's
flat.
happened today is me and Stu have broken up and I'm replacing Stu on the podcast.
You got the podcast in the divorce. But it is
And you're
like,
taking long. Your friend with you.
but it was the first time I was ever aware that people would be like, it's just so because me and Fern are starting up our own podcast again.
Great.
So we have to like.
I listened to Wheel of Misfortune during
Did
COVID.
you?
And I loved it. Yeah, it was great.
I love doing it so much.
Yeah.
But the only reason we did that is because like all of Fern's work got cancelled during COVID.
Yeah.
Do you know? And like the only reason why it
So has
stopped.
that happened again?
Yeah, imagine. I
must have missed that news story.
There's a
We're
cancelling.
anticipating it happening again.
Fern posting a little bit too much about Palestine.
She's now got to do a podcast. Yeah.
Netflix Comedy Festival, not happy about
No,
that.
it's called the Netanyahu Comedy Festival. But you have to take that into account when you do a podcast. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to do a podcast with your mate because you have a natural chemistry.
Yes.
You have a laugh anyway. You have some laugh, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not all laugh.
Some, yeah. But like, it's people are going to be interested in like your relationship, and it is weird
Yeah.
because I've had like comedy mates that I've fallen out with, and you have to like be amicable in
Yes.
public because you don't want.
No.
I don't want to do anything where I'm like trying to inflict anyone on anyone.
Totally.
Or,
No.
Well, let's not read too much into how many episodes recently neither Stu or Steve have been here.
oh my god! Shit! Oh my god!
Do you know what's funny is that
That's so funny.
you're talking about like
We're just trying to
the
get episodes in. That's all.
Yeah, of course. No,
Just trying to
because
get
we
it.
wanted to promote this and you helped us. So
and
thank
they
you
are
so
actually
much,
hanging
Marc.
out together
They,
today.
they,
Are
well,
they?
well,
They're writing
they
together.
told me they were writing.
That's
They are
beautiful.
writing.
Stupid lot of shit, if you ask me.
That's so professional.
They are writing. That's what I told him to say.
Oh my god! Because genuinely, if someone is like, "Do you want to do a podcast or write?" I'm like, "Podcast." Every
Well, yeah, of
time.
course. But that's what I was going to say to you about the parasocial thing is that like I've obviously had that, but in my relationship.
Right.
So like people that I'm not aware of know of my relationship
Yeah.
and know things about my relationship.
I know.
Which is, but then I just never, and obviously it does come into the forefront at times, and it's confronting when that happens. It's so strange,
We're
and
best off-
I deny it. I like repel it so
How do
vehemently.
you repel it?
I'm like, what? I just act weird, and I don't like it so much. But but because you know it's happening, and I'm fine with the knowledge of that, because that doesn't mean it doesn't affect me.
We're like wrestlers, comedians without the wrestling.
Kayfabe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that's the thing? That is the thing.
What's the story behind the story?
Yeah.
Again, to get back to that.
There's not much really, is there, behind the story? We
No,
just
it's just like mates. It's
Yeah.
just people that are mates. And
I feel icky even talking about this now. It feels like I've talked about it too much, that I think about it too much, but I don't.
Too much behind the scenesy stuff.
I just talk without thinking. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if I have any little thought in my brain, it
Yeah.
comes out my mouth.
Same.
do you know what
There's
that's good for?
Podcasts.
Yeah, I know.
As long as what you're thinking about isn't podcasts, I guess.
I know. I've been thinking too much about podcasts recently.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my god! I
That's
think
all
it's because I just had a very podcast heavy week.
Yeah.
And I travelled up specifically for this podcast.
Yeah.
I love doing podcasts.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
commitment to the cause. For that alone, please go and see.
Yeah, it's such a
We
great
literally
show.
did that for this. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let Alison's journey be in vain.
No, it's going to be great because like you're fucking amazing. Your show. I
It's gonna be
can't
really
wait
fun.
to see your show.
We're
I've never seen your finished show.
no, you
We-
didn't see
we
it
were at
finished.
the same time.
Yeah.
But like, and I'm really proud of Wet. Like Wet was the first ever show where I realized I could do a good show.
I mean, it was brilliant.
Do you
It was
know?
so brilliant.
I am proud of it.
Yeah, it's a really good
And
show.
I just want to get it on tape.
They're lucky that you are reviving Wet. They
Correct.
are.
Mm.
There you go.
And hopefully it'll be clippable. All these big long stories.
Yeah.
It'll be clippable. Fuck it. It'll be grand.
It will. Yeah. I mean, I think
Marc, you're
we
so
are
lovely
treating it-
for like
letting
letting
us-
us.
Oh,
Yeah,
listen,
thanks. It's
I'm
really nice
absolutely
of you.
delighted were able to come in.
Yeah.
we are
so-
treating it as like our wedding day
We are,
because we spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
So please do come along. And shows are genuinely absolutely brilliant. As you already know, Alison and Tamsyn are brilliant. From your various appearances now on the podcast.
Yeah.
And got you done a live show as well, Alison.
Yeah, I
the
feel very
Fringe.
much in the Some Laugh universe. Also, like I rented a flat in Edinburgh. Didn't I send you a picture of it?
Did you?
They had-
they had a mug. that
They
was
had
right.
a mug. I didn't
Yeah.
have the
That's
mug.
brilliant.
They had the mug.
Get them along.
Yeah, I will. I will,
Get
absolutely.
them along to the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, listen, I think we can probably wrap up a bit now.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on. Again, to reiterate, Alison Spittle and Tamsyn Kelly double bill special
Yes.
is on Thursday, the 30th
Thursday
of
at
October.
Blackfriars. It's
Yeah.
a satellite of the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
Yes,
There's 2 shows. There's one at 5:30 where
Yeah.
we're both, and then we're both doing our shows, and then we're doing another double bill at 8:30.
yes.
Yeah.
Tickets available. We are looking at putting a wee discount for our
Yeah.
patrons. So if you're not on there already, you'd like to come along. Great, although probably if you sign up to the Patreon, it negates that. So either way, it doesn't matter. Buy a ticket, one way or the other, and we'll hopefully see you there. And well, aside for that, guys, thank you so much for coming along. Thanks for tuning in, everyone at home, and we'll speak to you very soon.
Yay!
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks.
Oh no, thanks so much.